everyone, welcome to my channel, and today we are diving into a very important, serious topic for everyone who's thinking about moving to New York City, which is finding an apartment. I will walk you through different apartments that I found and toured, share some prices, drop some websites where you can start your search, and also give you requirements you have to meet to sign the lease. For those who just joined my channel, my name is Masha, and this is my third time moving to New York City. My first time moving was from Moscow to New York, my second from Los Angeles to New York, and my third again from Los Angeles to New York City. I'll be honest, after living a couple years in Los Angeles, it's really hard to settle for one-bedroom apartment after living in two-bedroom, having a bunch of closet space and a lot of square feet in my apartment, but I will try my best to find this perfect one-bedroom apartment. First and foremost, the websites I've been looking is apartment.com, Zillow.com, and streeteasy.com. For those who's looking to sublet, you can also try to search on Facebook group. My last apartment in Los Angeles I actually found just by using Google Maps. That is actually one of my favorite methods. If I know the specific area where I want to live, I usually go on Google Maps and I'm just clicking on each building until I find the apartment complex. And then I go to their websites and go through the pictures, the prices, and I reach out to them if I like the place. Okay, now let's dive into the practical side of leasings and what requirements you have to meet to sign the lease. First up, the big one. Your combined family income has to be 40 times the monthly rent. For example, if your dream apartment costs $3,000 a month, so 40 times the price, $120,000 a year mutual income for your family. So basically each person has to be making at least $60,000 a year. If you don't meet this requirement, unfortunately, you also have another option of bringing a guarantor. This person signs the lease with you and ensures that they can help you pay the rent if they needed to. But keep in mind that guarantor's annual income has to be exceeded the rent at least 80 times. The next one, your credit score has to be at least 700. You can check this by using your personal bank's app or using a Credit Karma app. There is also an application fee. It's usually $50 or $100, and it's necessary to pay for them to even consider your application. Another essential requirement is to provide your tax return form for the last 2 years. Last but not least is the deposit that you have to pay along with your first month's rent. It can range from $500 to a full cost of the apartment. For example, our current apartment deposit was $2,000. This requirement seems to be challenging. There is another option of proposing of paying rent for several months in advance. Okay, now let me tell you a little bit about my list of requirements and what checkboxes our future apartment has to meet for us to sign with them. Well, my criteria actually changed and evolved with each new apartment that we moved in, because I feel like I actually learned a lot with my every move. I actually have my apartment tour on my YouTube channel, so if you're interested, please go ahead and watch this video. My top requirement for the apartment is the very good lighting, preferably huge windows or even floor-to-ceiling windows. Usually the apartment with really good lighting is south-facing apartment or west-facing apartment. Sometimes combine both of those sides. Corner apartment, that would be my dream apartment. The next up is the washer and dryer in the unit. Once you had it, you would never go back. Sometimes it is okay to have a laundry room in the building, but usually it costs extra money, around like $250 per wash, and sometimes you just come into the room and they're all taken and busy. The next one is the closet space. Is a very big deal for me. After Los Angeles apartment where we had 2 bed, 2 bath, 2 walk-in closets, few other small closets, that was a crucial part for me in this particular apartment hunting. After touring around 20 apartments, I was so shocked that there was not a single one that had a walk-in closet, and literally they were offering around 2 small closets, and that's about it. And also the big part is the apartment has to be at least 750 square feet for me, but most of the apartments that I toured, they were around 600 or 650 square feet, unfortunately. And the last but not least, I would love to have an amazing view that would inspire me every day. And additional requirements that not the must but would be nice to have is the floor-to-ceiling windows, gym in the building, doorman, and new kitchen and bathroom appliances. Now let's talk prices. The average Manhattan one-bedroom apartment nowadays costs around $4,000. Sometimes, is it a new building, they start with even $5,000. That's why first I decided to go to the downtown Brooklyn, Williamsburg, and Long Island City to tour the apartments over there. Now let me show you the apartments I've toured and let me talk a little bit about them. First, I went to downtown Brooklyn, which had fancy new skyscrapers that meet most of my criteria, well, almost. But walking around it felt too noisy, dirty, and too many highways. And the overall vibe, I didn't really feel like mine. But downtown Brooklyn definitely has to offer the most of skyscrapers and the most new apartment complexes. I've toured almost all of them. I'm gonna show you the few, but the view definitely gorgeous. You can see Manhattan skyline, you can see the river, and you have tons of sunlight coming in. The next one would be my favorite. It's Williamsburg. This is a very trendy neighborhood. There is a lot of things to do, restaurants, also the parks, waterfront, and a lot of amazing things around. But the downside of this is that the prices in Williamsburg is almost the same or are the same as Manhattan prices. The one apartment that I loved the most has the most beautiful view I've ever seen. But the downside is they had a very small closet space. The apartment itself was around 620 or 630 square feet, which is too small for us. The kitchen counter was dark. I prefer the light colored kitchen counter. And also the very big part of it is that the apartment was like 50 or 20 minutes away from the subway station. Next I went to Greenpoint. The best part about it is that you get the same waterfront apartment with very similar view, Prices are similar, but there is a possibility to find something a bit cheaper. But again, there was less busy area in the Greenpoint, and the neighborhood overall felt a little bit older and not the best kind of vibe for me. I also visited Long Island City because I used to live in this area, so I decided to go there again to refresh my memories since it's been 3 years when I last lived there. The best part about Long Island City, this is a very new area, a lot of new restaurants just opened up, and they also have a really cool waterfront, big, amazing park, and also ferry stops that go directly to Manhattan and to Rockaway Beach, by the way. The thing that I don't like that the area itself seemed to me more industrial, and I was looking for something more lively and homey, if you know what I mean. After touring all these apartments in Brooklyn and Queens, I realized that I might have to consider Manhattan once again because I didn't really fall in love with any of those apartments and none of them really clicked with me. So we ended up going to Street Easy and look for this specific building where I'm staying right now because my friend used to live in this building and I've been to her apartment before and I really like the place. It actually meets all my requirements. The only downside is that this is a condo apartment complex, so we had to pay a broker fee. So if you're not happy with all the apartment complexes, maybe you should consider looking into condo apartments because every owner sometimes decided to rent out the place. Obviously, this is not ideal because it's adding up to the cost of the apartment, but in our scenario, we negotiated the cost for the broker fee and we split it with the owner, which was really nice. I would definitely do a tour of our current apartment later on, so don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you didn't subscribe yet. Please hit this like button if you enjoyed this video and leave your comment below if you still have any questions, and I hope I'll see you in the next videos.